Ladies and gentlemen, podcasting since 2005. You're listening to Gamertag Radio. With your hosts, podcaster Hall of Famer Danny Pena, the always opinionated Paris Lilly, and from outside of the norm, Peter Toledo. This is Gamertag Radio.
All right, welcome to Gamertag Radio episode 1070. This is your host, Danny, and also joining me for this special podcast, we have Paris. What's going on, Paris?
What is going on, man? PS5 reveal. We now have answers. Thank God.
That's it. Finally. Now we don't have to start guessing and do all this like conspiracy theories on what's going to happen. But so, yeah, we're going to be talking about the PlayStation 5 showcase that just happened now a few minutes ago. We watched it and we had a live stream on Twitch. Make sure to go to twitch.tv/Gamertag Radio. We want to check out like our reactions and everything there, man. So before we start the conversation, head over to GamerTagRadio.com, post your comments and feedback. And also you can listen to us on any podcast app. All you have to do is search for Gamertag Radio. Make sure to subscribe, follow us, post a review, share with your friends. Also, we'd like to be part of our fan mail episode or segment. Here's how you can contact us.
Send us your feedback or questions. Give us a call at 786-273-7GTR. Email us at fanmail@gamertagradio.com or leave a message on speakpipe.com/gamertagradio.
All right, so Paris, we just finished watching this showcase, man. I have to say, man, this was the best presentation, I think, of the whole summer of any other, compared to any other video game company. And this was also, in my opinion, better than the previous presentation that PlayStation had. And I mentioned this on stream. That first stream, I know everybody was excited and everything, right? But I felt like there was like a lot of fillers in the middle of the presentation. The beginning and the end had a lot of great content, but in the middle was just kind of This one was, the flow was perfect, man, from the beginning all the way to the end. I didn't feel like there was any fillers on this. There was a couple announcements that we were like, but I get why they had to do that. For example, the Fortnite announcement, stuff like that. But overall, great presentation when it comes to the content, right? But the part where everybody was talking about for months now was the price. So PlayStation 5 digital version is going to be $399. The standard version is going to be $499, and it's coming out November 12th, which is actually 2 days after the release of Xbox Series X and S. So that's going to be a great week for gamers overall. So I'm very excited. There was not much details about when people could start pre-ordering. Maybe they're going to start saying that online while we're recording this. But also, the worldwide release is coming out a couple of days after the U.S. release. I believe it's November 19th. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's November 19th.
Correct.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, overall, I think it was really good. But Paris, I would like to get your opinion about the overall presentation and the announcement of the price.
Let's start at the price. So $399 for the all digital and $499 for the disc version. It says a couple things to me. I've said for the longest, I don't think they wanted the PlayStation 5 to be $399. I really don't. The technology inside of it just says it's not that cheap to make. So they're clearly taking a loss up front. So this also says to me that they saw the pricing of what Xbox did with the X and the S, and they knew they needed to make a counter to this. So I'm just going to come out straight out right now and say it. Danny?
Yeah.
This has the potential to be 2013 all over again for a couple reasons.
Interesting.
We're at the point in 2020 where a disk drive doesn't really matter. So for all intents and purposes, the PlayStation 5 is $100 cheaper than the Xbox. For all intents and purposes. Yes, the Series S does exist. Yes, the Series S is a great value at 1440p gaming. It does next-gen things. We've talked about it. That's great. Obviously, this is a PlayStation conversation, so I'm trying to keep it there. I say this because you're not giving the 110 million PlayStation 4 owners right now that are transitioning you hit the magic price point for them. You just showed them gameplay, next generation gameplay. You gave them the best possible tease that you could at the end with God of War coming in 2021. So that means a year from now, PlayStation owners either have already played or about to play the sequel to one of the greatest video games ever made, right? That's coming soon. You're getting Spider-Man up front. We know Ratchet and Clank somewhere in the middle. We don't know about Horizon. So again, they can lean on the exclusive gaming lineup that they have that is proven, that will get people excited, and they're coming in at a price. Look, that thing might be a freaking unicorn to find at launch, but 4, 5, 6 months from now, you'll be able to get an all digital PlayStation 5, and it's only going to cost you $400 to get it. Bringing Xbox back into it for a sec. From what we saw from Xbox over the same period of time, it's not even close, dude, when it comes to actual games. They showed me gameplay. They showed me things that are being done on the next gen level. They got me excited about what they are doing. And you gave me a very affordable price to do so. Look, this is not, Xbox has obviously done a great job with their messaging and fixing mistakes of 2013. But what was one of the primary things from 2013 that hurt them? It was price. If you're looking at this on the high end, PlayStation just won, because I go get a PlayStation 5 for $400. I got to spend $500 to get a Series X. If you don't care about 4K, and we know statistically a lot of people don't, now we can have a different discussion. But the argument can be made for only $100 more, I can go get a PlayStation 5. And it does have the potential to do 4K and all the other stuff. It is a high-end next generation machine. There's no compromises in it other than no physical drive. So they did what they had to do today. They absolutely did. PlayStation is coming into this generation the leader, and they haven't done anything to screw that up, in my opinion. So I really love this presentation. I love the gameplay that was shown. Again, I love the hardware, the price that it's at, and I love the eye towards the future that they showed as well. Oh, obviously Final Fantasy 16 was showing. Just everything that we saw, there was something there to go, I like that. I like that. Can't wait to play that. Can't wait to play that. Can't wait to try that. And the hardware is affordable enough that if I'm a quote unquote loyal PlayStation person, I see no reason to switch over to Xbox. And because I'm already catching it on Twitter already. When you look at PlayStation Plus Collection, I said this is a nice counter to Game Pass. Is this exactly what Game Pass is doing? Of course not. But it's just the regular PlayStation Plus subscription you're already paying for. And they've added additional value to it now, so that and again, there is probably going to be a rotating list of PlayStation 4 games that come in there, but it looks like, just going by that sizzle reel, you're getting some really compelling PlayStation 4 games at launch on PlayStation 5 to take advantage of. So yeah, the launch lineup isn't super strong, but most launch lineups aren't super strong anyways. But here's a nice back catalog of stuff to fill in the gaps for you if you're a PlayStation Plus owner. So, or collection owner, whatever you want to say. So I like what I saw today. I really did. Again, competition is great. I mean, this is going to push Xbox to do even more. And obviously PlayStation saw what Xbox did, and it pushed them to make sure they could offer the best value possible for their hardware. And again, as gamers, we're the ones that win, because guess what I'm getting? I'm getting that $399 PlayStation 5. 100% I am, because I have no need for that disk drive. So to me, the next generation, once again, starts at $399, and PlayStation is leading the way. And that's just how I see it.
Now, good luck finding that, though.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be unicorn. Absolute unicorn.
Yeah. Now, there's a tweet here from Khalid from Spawn on Me. He's like, not going to lie, I left the PlayStation 5 showcase with more questions than answer, and it's very troubling, he said. As a person literally throwing my wallet at this stuff, it's wild that we have to wait again to hear what the actual box can do. In a way, it's kind of true, Paris, because they haven't really said much about the box, and they're showing about the content. Isn't that troubling, though? Or do you think that's not an issue at all, in your opinion, what Khalif posted online?
Repeat that again. I'm sorry. Say that again.
No, more like he has more questions about the console from a consumer point of view, because everybody's like, oh, I'm going to buy a PlayStation 5, but they're not really said much about the console itself. They show more about the content, and they just show the price, and that's it. So they haven't really showed much about the actual hardware, what are the things that you could actually do with it, if you get it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, only content. So for Xbox, I feel like they show a lot about the console, not enough content.
But okay, I got it. I just want to make sure. I don't care. As a gamer, why do I care? I don't care. All I know is this. I'm going to get to play Ratchet and Clank. I'm going to get to play Horizon. I'm going to get to play God of War. I'm going to get to play Deathloop. I'm going to play Call of Duty. I'm going to get to play Final Fantasy 16 on down the road, right? That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at, Demon Souls, I didn't even mention that. You showed me. I don't need to say, I could give a crap what the specs under the hood say. If you're showing me, no. What I'm saying is if you're showing me, which is what they did, you talk all you want. And look, I'm a nerd. I'm a tech head. I love all the technical talk. But the average gamer does not care about that. The average gamer is like, okay, talk about tech. Now show it in action. I'm not trying to make this an Xbox versus PlayStation thing, but I will say the one failing point that Xbox has had this entire time is, what's the game? Show me. Ain't show me anything. And when we've talked about this already, at least PlayStation is showing me. What did we say even coming into this? The only next generation experience I have seen so far has been Ratchet and Clank. And they even just showed Spider-Man Miles Morales, which will be on PlayStation 4, by the way, which is fantastic. But even seeing the PlayStation 5 gameplay looked phenomenal. Like, you're giving me reasons to want to go buy your stuff. So I honestly, the only question I had was the price, to be honest with you. And you went ahead and just showed that to me, $399. Mm-hmm. So there's no, it's too expensive. This. It's like, there you go. Yeah. It is. What have I been saying? $399 has been a price, has been proven to work the past 7 years, and it is clearly going to continue into the next generation. So they're doing their thing. They're absolutely doing their thing. They're
doing their thing. And here's my theory about this whole thing, about the price. So when you watch the presentation, the whole showcase, nobody mention anything about the price. It was just a graphic that they show. So I think, in my opinion, because look, I've done a lot of like video editing and all that from the TV production side. So I think they had everything ready when it comes to like the content, the whole showcase, right? But the thing that I think that was missing in that main video was the price. And I think was because what Xbox announced, their price, I think Sony decided, okay, you know what? We have to make this also cheap. Let's go with what worked for us for PlayStation 4. Let's make it $399 and $499. I think that's, in my opinion, because if you see the video, they just show the graphic of the price and that's it. There was no mention about it at all. So, but look, at the end of the day, it's a win for everybody, man. It's a win for gamers. Now, I know I mentioned November 12th, the release date, right? But it's not only for the US, but also Japan, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea. The rest of the world will get it November 19th for the PlayStation 5.
Yes.
So, so I'm just reading while we're recording this, Paris. I'm reading the reactions from everybody on Twitter. So a lot of people saying this is pretty good. Especially the digital version, under $100, less than the Xbox Series X, means they pretty much win this upcoming generation, honestly. This is from Brian at Agent Bizzle at IGN. He posted that tweet. I mean, it's getting a lot of great feedback from everybody, man, about this presentation, man. So this is good for Sony, man.
Yeah, so
really good.
So Wario 64 is posting right now on their PS4 collection announced, PS4 Plus benefit for PS5, God of War, Bloodborne, Monster Hunter World, Final Fantasy 15, Fallout 4. I guess that's MKX. Somebody that's Mortal Kombat, I'm assuming. Uncharted 4, Ratchet and Clank, Days Gone, Until Dawn, Detroit, Battlefield 1, Infamous Second Son, Batman Arkham Knight, Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered, Persona 5, Resident Evil 7. Kiss my tuchus. That is a fantastic value. And I would say even from the standpoint of, if I'm an Xbox guy who is now tempted to jump over to PlayStation and I haven't been playing all these PS4 games, boom, there you go. Now you got them. You own them there.
Yeah. So here's another tweet. This is from Slasher. He now, because he always posting views from different platforms to see how was it when it comes to like viewership. So this is an interesting one. This is a huge win for Sony. Over 2 million viewers on Twitch, 2 million viewers on YouTube, and over 2. And they make fun of Facebook gaming, but I'm not going to mention that. But for Twitch and for YouTube, it's over 2 million each of people that actually watch both. Dude, that's 4
It's what we've been saying, dude. It's what we've been saying. They can post a freaking logo and the internet explodes. So, of course, this goes to show you the engagement that PlayStation has and the brand awareness they have, the loyalty that they have to this brand. Nobody's mad at this. If you're a PlayStation guy, what did you see today that upset you? I mean, seriously, they showed you gameplay. They gave you the price that you're used to. What's there to be upset about? And they sweeten the pot a little bit with PlayStation Plus Collection.
Yeah,
I don't see anything bad here for a PlayStation owner. All I see is good. I don't walk away with this with questions on, well, dang, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. Look, it's launched, so I'm not expecting all the amazing games to come at once. They're going to come, and we see it already. We've seen enough of their heavy hitter games that are going to be coming in the next couple of years that why wouldn't you be excited about this?
This is what it's going to be very interesting this holiday season, Paris, because at the end of the day, the majority of the people, when they go to the store, they don't buy they just don't buy a console just because it's brand new and it's, I'm talking about like the masses.
Yeah.
It's all about the price.
Yep.
Us hardcore fans, we're going to go and buy the console because we just love tech and we love the content that they have there, right? But my question is, when it comes to that, I can't wait to see the performance when it comes to sales during the holidays of Xbox Series S and PlayStation 5, the digital version. Either people are going to buy both or they're going to buy just the PlayStation 5 digital version. Maybe they'll add later the S, but it's going to be interesting seeing like the sales from both. Like, because honestly, let's keep it real, Paris. Like you said, it's going to be a unicorn to find the digital version of PlayStation 5, right? But the $499 is going to be available of the standard version, right? But then when it comes to Xbox, it's going to be hard to find the Series X, but they're going to have Series S everywhere. So how's that going to work out, man? It's going to be a win for us overall, but I just can't wait to see when it comes to the sales of that, man. I think it's going to be fantastic, man.
Well, I'm telling you right now, and I said this on Kind of Funny earlier, they can't make enough PlayStation 5s this holiday. Whatever that number is, it can't make enough because there won't be one sitting on a shelf this holiday. There's no way you will walk into any store this holiday and see a PlayStation 5 just sitting there going, I wish somebody would buy me. Because the second those things go in stock, they're sold. Sold. So, yeah. I mean, that, again, this is why I go with the theory that the digital one is probably going to be harder to find this holiday because they're going to, clearly they're taking a loss on that, a bigger loss. So they're going to sell out of that $499 one if that's the only one available. But the $399. Go ahead.
Breaking news. So PlayStation just tweeted this right now.
Yeah.
So the pre-orders for the PlayStation 5 will be available starting as early as tomorrow at selected retailers.
Greg was right. Greg called it. That's what he said. He thought it would
Greg
be.
Called it.
He would be before Friday. I thought it'd be next week. That's good. See, they're getting ahead of Xbox on that one too. Dude, people are going to go insane over this thing. They're going to break the freaking internet trying to pre-order that thing.
But see, this is why I'm happy this is going on, Paris, because this is going to pressure Xbox to do even bigger things.
Absolutely.
And at the end, it's going to benefit us, the consumers, man. So, it's going to be good. Here's another thing from the Xbox side. Now I know why they didn't show Perfect Dark. Just in case Sony had that big game, and there it is. It was God of War, man. And look, what we said in the previous episode, Paris, all they had to do was just show the logo and just say whenever it's coming, and that's it. And they did that with the God of War game.
Yeah.
And everybody's excited. That's all they had to do. Sony, that's it. It's huge.
Again, they can go into all their marketing and say PlayStation 5 starting at $399. There you go.
No, my recommendation for those that are planning to pre-order both PlayStation 5 and Xbox, do not wait. Do not wait. If you
want one,
pre-order,
yeah.
If you really want that PlayStation 5 digital version, especially because it's going to be $399, go tomorrow and just pre-order. Do not wait till like later this year, unless you're planning to like wait until spring. Then that's a different story. But yeah, if you want it on launch day, go tomorrow. That's it. That's what I did when the Nintendo Switch was announced. Dude, I pre-ordered the same day. It was
breaking news.
Okay, another breaking news.
Breaking news. Jeff Keighley is now saying he's hearing retailers may have inventory available as soon as today. So second
what?
Yes. So if you were listening, watching this live, or if you putting this out right away, I'm sure you are, Danny. Get your ass to your favorite retailer and find out, because it sounds like it's about to go down. It's all about to go down.
What?
Yes.
But wait, I don't get it. How is available
today?
How? I don't get it.
That's what he said. Pre-orders today. Oh, someone just pre-ordered it at GameStop. We're watching this live. Someone just posted a screenshot.
Live on Twitter.
Yeah. You know,
I'm
going to GameStop right now. I'm doing it live while we're on here.
After the I'm doing it live.
Doing it live. Let's see. I'm not seeing it on here, but this was GameStop in Ireland, by the way. The person that was able to order it, so maybe it's different by region.
I mean, it's already 12 over there. No,
yeah. So maybe that's why. So yeah, start looking now. That's all I'm saying. If you're trying to get one, start looking now. It looks like they are not messing around with these pre-orders.
They're not at all. I wonder what Xbox is thinking right now.
Well, again,
this is huge.
Well, I'll say this. This is why leaks suck.
Yeah.
Because what if they weren't going to reveal until after today? This would have given them a chance to do some kind of counter to it, right? Now they can't. Yeah. They're locked in. So, oh well. Hey, again, as gamers, we're the ones that win here. That's the thing that people need to remember. Throw all that console war nonsense out of it. We're the ones that win, because PlayStation now has put pressure right back on Microsoft to do something. So let's see how they add more value to what they're selling. You know what I mean? Clearly, we know it's not going to be games in the short term, because Halo just simply is not ready. But let's see what else they got. Like you mentioned, Danny, maybe they kept what I almost call them the
Perfect
Coalition. Dark? Yeah, but Perfect Dark. What's the studio name? Santa Monica Studio? I'm blanking, but you know what I mean. That other studio that's making Perfect Dark. So maybe that's why they held it back. The initiative.
The initiative. There you go. Thanks for it. So, yeah, man, I think it's going to be very interesting, dude. I'm wondering what Xbox is going to do next now because of this, man. Because, like, what they need to do, which, look, they already have the studios. They have that already, right? And they've been making those moves, just acquiring studios left to right. And this was just like two, 3 years ago, Paris, right?
Yeah.
So some of these studios are not ready to make any announcements. So short term, I think this is going to be a huge win for PlayStation. Huge win because of this presentation for launch, right? But I think maybe like a year or two later, once we start seeing bigger titles from Xbox, that's when everybody's going to start like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go and buy the $299 Series S. I think they're going to start strong PlayStation with this holiday. It's going to be big for Sony, man, when it comes to that, man.
Yeah.
They have the studios they've been having for years. They have the content. They have everything. Now, what Sony needs to explain more, because honestly, I didn't like that part about the PlayStation Plus collection. It wasn't really explained that well from that presentation. Now maybe we'll find out more once the press release comes out, and now they start talking to the media about it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about Sony. They are terrible on promoting services like that, but they're great at promoting their software and their hardware. They're freaking amazing. But services, not that much, man. So I hope they start talking more about that, because right now, what happened if that's not it? What you were saying, Paris, that it's like the answer to Game Pass. We don't know.
Okay,
100%.
I should be clear. Jeez, I almost feel like I ought to delete the tweet, because you can't explain it properly in a freaking tweet. It's not
Yeah.
it's not Game Pass. I'm saying this is basically a nice counter to that, where their existing subscription service now has more value to it. I think that's a better way of what I was trying to say. Yeah, I should delete the tweet because
you should.
People
You
yelling
should.
people yelling at me already there. But that's what I meant by that.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying though, right? Like it was just kind of confusing. Like, okay, they show these games plus collection, okay, and I don't know. I have more questions about that than anything else from the whole presentation. But that's just me, you know. So I'm happy about Final Fantasy. Very, very happy about Demon Souls. Now, Paris, the conversation we were having on the stream when when Sony showed God of War and it says 2021, and I said to you, man, so what that means for Horizon? That game is not coming out 2021 at all. I think God of War is going to be a holiday game, and Horizon could be a spring title for 2022.
Very well could be. I mean, the first one was a spring title, so maybe they keep that, make God of War the big holiday one. Then you come back in February, March 2022 with Horizon. Seems about right.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
What people are saying to you, Paris, because we're like reading Twitter and also recording at the same time. You know, I'm just seeing what people are saying now, man. Also, so Tony Polanco, shout out to him from Throwdown Show. He wrote, "We should all thank Microsoft because of them. Sony wasn't able to release a $600 console. Competition is a good thing." I totally agree with him, 100%.
Yep.
Totally agree.
Yep, completely agree. And again, just looking at Twitter, because people are kind of reacting. Now, like we've already seen Horizon Zero Dawn come to the PC, right? Kind of as an incentive to get people that weren't on board with that IP or a PlayStation, now they're excited about Horizon. So when Horizon 2 comes out on PS5, maybe they'll get a PS5 to go play it, right? You know what? Okay, Miss Leo, what if?
Yeah, what if?
The first God of War comes to PC early next year. Same thing.
I can see that.
Get people. Wow, this game's amazing. Oh, the sequel. Oh, the sequel's out on PS5 this November. Screw it. I'm gonna go get a PS5 for $399 so I can play the sequel.
Yeah,
there you go. I think them doing that is I like that approach, that they're not breaking the quote unquote exclusivity of games being on the PlayStation 5 hardware, but then they're taking their really good games and they're making them available, you know, after a few years, and making them available on another platform. I like that approach, and they've already done it with Horizon, so why not do it with some others? So it'll be interesting to see if they do it, but that's kind of speculation that we're seeing on Twitter right now.
Yeah. Oof. It's fascinating seeing the tweets from everybody else, man, about the whole presentation, man. But look, here's the thing that I have to say is Xbox and PlayStation are going two different paths. And also Nintendo is doing their own thing, right? So I like that everybody's doing their own thing. Sony is doing the traditional way of buy our console, we're going to have the games, right? Xbox is, they have the next gen console. You could play your old games. Also, you could be part of Game Pass, and we also planning to add more games in the future, right? And Nintendo is just being Nintendo, you know, like, hey, Mario 35th anniversary, limited time only until until March, and still the game is sold out on through different websites. Amazon sold out. I think Target is sold out. You know, so this is good. So I don't see this as like a console war thing, Paris. This is more of like,
I don't either.
What you, the consumer, what is it that you want? Do you want the Sony approach? Do you want Xbox approach, Nintendo, or maybe all three? We have the options. If you have the money, buy them all. Like, I think this is a huge win for the industry, man. You know, and I like that Sony and Microsoft are going at it, because Paris, that means we're gonna see cheaper stuff, like for example, Game Pass. We're gonna have EA Play part of Game Pass. Now online is all part of Game Pass, you know, some stuff like that. Or with Sony, now they have the a PlayStation Plus collection, that's going to be a huge thing too for those that are part of the service. So it's a win, man. It's a win. Plus the console's too cheap. It's a win for everybody. Man.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah. Anything else from?
No, I mean overall, like I said, the feedback has overwhelmingly been positive from this. I've seen you see a few negative comments here and there, but overall, it's good. Again, they came in at the right price. This just lets you know they're not taking any chances with, hey, we think the PlayStation is worth $500 and blah 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 blah. They're like, nope, let's make sure we stick to the price that has worked, and it's $399, man. So it's great. Trust me when I tell you, from a tech standpoint, this is an incredible value. Honestly, from all these consoles that we're getting, this gen, incredible value for what you're going to spend on them. I guess I would say it's going to be interesting. I truly think it's going to still be 2-1 PlayStation to Xbox, but Xbox as far as hardware sales go. But clearly Xbox is leaning more into their subscription service, and they really don't care what platform you play the games on as long as you're subscribing. So it's two different philosophies, but in the traditional way, PlayStation is doing it. They've made no mistakes here. They've done it the right way. It's going to be interesting moving forward to see how this all plays out. But like you said, Danny, realistically, if you can afford to get both consoles, get them both, because there's going to be things on both that you absolutely are going to want to play. But I will still say PlayStation didn't do anything today to change anyone's minds on what they were already going to do. If you were already going to get a PlayStation, you're still going to get a PlayStation. If you're already going to get an Xbox, you're still going to get an Xbox. And that's fine.
But I still see people buying both. A lot of people,
if they can afford it. Yeah.
Because here's the difference between this generation and last generation when it comes to like the consoles is, let's say, Paris, you go and you buy the $399 version of PlayStation 5, right? You buy it, you're good, and you'd be like, hey, you know what? I could afford an Xbox Series S, $25 a month. That's the benefit about that, the Xbox All Access, Paris, because that will make you buy both consoles.
Yeah,
you're not losing.
No, you're not.
That,
you're not losing anything.
And from the other side, from Xbox, you didn't even have to buy a game. You just use Game Pass, and you're good for 2 years, right?
I agree.
Unless they start adding more games, and you want to buy third party, that's up to you. But I think the majority will go to PlayStation 5 when it comes to third party. But I think this is a win. And here's the thing that I love about this presentation and what happened last week with Xbox. The thing that I noticed the most, and forget about the fanboy stuff, but I felt like both companies made these announcements, and there's been a huge positive reaction from both sides, from the majority of people.
Yep, absolutely.
And we have never have seen that in a very, very long time. So that means that we're excited. It wasn't like that in 2013. It was like on and off. Like one company was getting all the buzz and the other one was getting all the hate.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first time that both companies are getting a lot of support and a lot of love and a lot of positive reactions, man. So that's a really good thing, man.
I agree, man. I agree. And like you said, it's a good thing. All this is good. If you're a gamer, just be excited. It's not about which one's better than the other one. They both showed some fantastic things, but they're different philosophies going into this next gen. And that's it. It's just different. You get to decide which one you think is better or not, or you get both. Trust me, I'm excited. I'm excited all the way around, for sure.
Yeah. Now, personally for me, I'm happy about the price, but I'm gonna wait until spring because I want to play the Ratchet and Clank game. That's the game that got my attention out of all the games that they showed. I'm ready for that, right? So it's similar to when the PlayStation 4 came out. I bought it when Infamous came out, The Second Son.
Yep.
So it's going to be the same thing for me. What about you, Paris?
I'm going to keep it 100 with you. If I could pre-order one, I'm going to pre-order one. The $399, I should say. I'll just do it. Okay. Screw it. Done. But like you said, Ratchet, as long as I have one by the time Ratchet and Clank, I'm good. That's the way I look at it. Because I will honestly say that of the games they showed, The majority I would just play on my PC anyways, the third party stuff, obviously. Miles Morales, I have a PS4 Pro, so I don't have to have a PS5 to play Miles Morales, even though I do want to play it. So there's not I need to rush out day one and get it mentality, but at $399 and knowing that there's probably going to be some shortage issues, it's going to be kind of hard to find. The first chance I see that I can get one, I will just get one. But yeah, because that's just what I want to do. But again, overall, dude, it all looks fantastic. I mean, once we get into 2021, honestly, with both of these machines, we're going to start to see some amazing freaking games on them. We really are.
Hell yeah.
So
hell
I'm really
give it 2 years. 2 years, right, Paris? 2 years? That's when we're going to get to see like really crazy next gen stuff, man. Like the first year, not so much.
Yep.
You know? But okay, we're going to end the show in a few minutes here, but before we leave, it's going to be a big, big day tomorrow for PlayStation fans, and then there's going to be a huge, big day for Xbox fans for pre-ordering. So I would like for you, those that are watching and for those that are listening to the podcast, give us a call, 786-273-7GTR. That's 786-273-7GTR, or email us or go to speakpipe.com/gamertagradio, and let us know once you pre-order your system, was it easy? Was it a mission? Like, tell us why you're pre-ordering. What is the games that you're getting on both consoles? Doesn't matter if it's only PlayStation or Xbox or both. Let us know. And for those that call, we're definitely going to play that on the podcast sometime next week. And I would like to get everybody that's pre-ordering to call us 786-273-7GTR, because I've done that many times in the past, especially when people are lined up and going to like the stores and getting all these consoles and everything at midnight. People will call us from the store. We can't do that now because of the situation that we're in. But I think this is like a big thing, man. So I would love to get everybody's experience of pre-ordering, man, and tell us how it is. How was it for you on the podcast? And that's it. Anything else, Paris, before I wrap it up?
No, I mean, I think that's it. I think that. Oh, wait, breaking news.
Oh, another breaking news. All right, go for it. Go ahead.
Horizon Forbidden West will also be on the PlayStation 4.
Interesting.
Hey, but you know what this says to me? Go give Phil Spencer his flowers, please. Give him his flowers, because that man has been catching a lot over this summer about, next gen is holding stuff back. You're doing this, you're doing that. Why are you allowing stuff to be on Xbox One? Blah, 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 blah. We've heard a lot about that, right?
Yeah.
PlayStation is doing the same exact thing. Let that sink in.
And why people are not saying that?
Let that sink in. Well, we're just finding out, but you know people are going to be saying that. But let that sink in. They're both doing it. Again, these early games don't necessarily take full advantage of the next-gen hardware. Clearly, Ratchet & Clank is. That's one of the first ones we're seeing. But not everyone is. So instead of forcing a game artificially to be on your next-gen console, if it can run on your old one, that's more sales.
Yes,
bruh, this is a business. That's the whole point here. If PlayStation can sell, I'm just pulling a number out of my tuchus. If they could sell,
wait, my camera went out.
Yeah, it went out, but it's fine. If you could sell 20 million versions of Horizon Forbidden West because it's on PS4 and PS5 versus only 10 million because it's only on PS5, why would you limit yourself? Just think of that. It's that simple. It is literally that simple. So give Phil Spencer his flowers. We asked him this back in February before the world exploded with COVID, and he explained it then. And guess what? That tweet by Jeff Keighley just proved him right. They're right. Microsoft was right all along to do what they were doing. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Because honestly, at the end of the day, I could really care less which one it's on. As long as the game is great, that's all that matters. But I know a lot of people put way too much stock into that stuff. But just so you know, both companies have the same exact philosophy. That's it. That's it.
And for those in Paris, and we're going to wrap it up here, but for those that have been saying all this crazy nonsense over the summer because what Xbox was doing, and now your favorite console is actually doing it too, your favorite company?
Yeah.
What? Tell me, explain to me and to Paris, how is that a bad thing? That means more people are going to get to play the game, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, Spider-Man, people could play on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. Same thing with Horizon, man. So, again, I don't see this as a bad thing at all. Like you said, it's a business, and technically, there's way more PlayStation 4 consoles out there than the PS5. So I get why they're doing that. It's money, man. It's smart.
Yep.
Smart. And sorry that the camera went out. I had no idea that it was going to go up, but it's all good. We're going to wrap it up anyway. So, but yeah, head over to gamertagradio.com. Listen to our past episodes. You make sure to also subscribe. Follow us on any podcast app. Just search for Gamertag Radio. And also, we're now available Amazon Music. People could go there. They just launched a podcast section now, and you can listen to the show through there. And also, if you have Alexa, you could send a command, say, "Hey Alexa, play Gamertag Radio," and it will automatically play it from the Amazon Music app. So that's really, really cool. So if you also would like to be part of our fan mail segment or episode, also please call us if you're going to be pre-ordering. I want to hear your experience. Here's how you can contact us.
Send us your feedback or questions. Give us a call at 786-273-7GTR. Email us at fanmail@gamertagradio.com or leave a message on speakpipe.com/gamertagradio.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here. Until next time, we'll be back next week with more next-gen content, Paris. And we're going to be talking about also our experience with our Note 20 and Xbox Game Pass. We've been playing this now for a couple of days, and we'll talk about it in the next episode. So stay tuned, and thank you. That's it. We're out. Peace.
Thanks for listening to Gamertag Radio. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.